Okay, what's going on, everybody? We're here, we're live. I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you can see and hear me clearly, please drop a one in the live chat and then we can get today's stream started. This should be a quick one, and I don't know why I even bother saying that because every time you say that, the stream ends up being a lot longer than what I wanted it to be. But I really believe that we will be in and out of here today in about 15 minutes. It's going to be a quick one. So please, while I'm waiting for the ones to come in, please hit the like button. That's one of the most important things that you can do for this channel and for any live stream that I'm doing or any video that I put up. It helps in assisting, making sure that YouTube gets notifications out to those who are subscribed to the channel, and will help the video permeate throughout the YouTube algorithm. So that way this video will get out to those who are interested in this type of material and content. Also, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel and hit the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And also, please make sure to share this video out on your social media platform so everyone knows that I'm live, but it also has the same effect on the YouTube algorithm as well. And lastly, if you haven't already, please join my Telegram group. My Telegram group, the link to the Telegram is pinned in the live chat above. It is in the description box below, and it will also be pinned in the comment section below once this live stream is over. So I see the ones are starting to come in. So we can get into today's show, right? And like I said, this should be a very, very brief one because I actually wasn't planning on doing a stream on this topic today. But as I was doing a little bit of just research for what I did want to speak on today, but I'll end up speaking on tomorrow, I thought to myself, this information that I'm going to present to you all today very briefly is very important for our people to know and understand, because a lot of people don't know and understand what I'm getting ready to introduce to you right now. So as many of you understand, if you've been subscribed to this channel for some time now, what's my big thing, right? Democrats don't do anything for Black Americans, for them, because they don't give us anything in return. We've been voting for them loyally from an 85 to 90 percentile area since 1964. So we're talking about 60 years of dedicated loyalty. And you would think that for 60 years of dedicated loyalty, where you're voting for Democrats between the 85 and 90 percentile area, you would think they'd be moving mountains for you, but no. Why is that? Well, number one, the benign neglect policy. I could just play that video right now and I can end the stream, but I'm not going to do that. I'll play that video at the end. I'll spare you because many of you have seen that already. But here's what I want to bring to you guys is everyone's attention very quickly, right? The trifecta, the federal government trifecta. Now, some of you might not know what that is, even though I've spoken on it once in a previous video, but I'll pull it up for you right now, right? For the most part, overall, the Democrats simply choose just not to do anything for you. Benign neglect policy aside, they choose not to. And let me pull this up on the screen right now, right? And I want to go through this, like I said, rather quickly. So the 117th United States Congress, let's go through this right now and see what this is and who was president during this trifecta, right? The new senators were sworn into office by Vice President Kamala Harris just hours after her own inauguration, with Harris serving as the tiebreaker in her constitutional role and president of the Senate. Democrats gained control of the Senate and thereby full control of Congress for the first time since the 111th Congress ended in 2011. Additionally, with the inauguration of Joe Biden as president that same day, Democrats assumed control of the executive branch as well as attaining an overall federal government trifecta, also for the first time since the 111th Congress. So we have established here for the first 2 years of Joe Biden's presidency, he had a trifecta. They held the White House, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. And no, I'm not interested in your excuses concerning Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, because that's all the Democrats ever have for you, and Vote Blue, no matter who has ever had for you, is excuses. And I'm not interested in your excuses. Why is that? Because who was the president during that 111th Congress, right? Well, let's find out. The 111th Congress of the United States. Let's zoom in a little bit. The 111th Congress was a meeting of the legislative branch of the United States federal government from January 3rd, 2009 until January 3rd, 2011. It began during the last weeks of George W. Bush's administration, with the remainder spanning the first 2 years of Barack Obama's presidency. So for the first 2 years of Biden's presidency, they had a trifecta. And for the first 2 years of Barack Obama's presidency, they had a trifecta. But here's what makes Obama's trifecta a little bit different. In November 2008, in the November 2008 elections, the Democratic Party increased its majorities in both chambers, including when factoring in the 2 Democratic caucusing independents. A brief filibuster-proof 60-40 supermajority in the Senate. Please hear me clearly. For the first 2 years of Barack Obama's presidency, he had a filibuster-proof Senate. And isn't the filibuster the go-to response for Democrats all the time? They stay talking about the filibuster, the filibuster, the filibuster, the filibuster. Barack Obama had a filibuster-proof Senate for the first 2 years of his presidency, okay? And with Barack Obama being sworn in as president in January 20th of 2009, this gave Democrats an overall federal government trifecta for the first time since the 103rd Congress in 1993. I want to take a moment to just pause right there, right? And why do I want to pause here? Because so often, before we continue on, so often when you go online, not just online, in the media as well, Black America is consistently disrespected by being told, you're not showing up to the polls. You're not showing up to the polls. Black men are told, you're not showing up to the polls. You're not showing up to the polls, right? Thoroughly disrespected about how you're so dumb, you're so stupid, you're so silly for not showing up. You don't show up. And what's interesting about the Obama presidency, where he actually had a filibuster-proof Senate, right, for the first 2 years, and the Biden presidency, which we're currently in, which he had a trifecta for the first 2 years of his presidency, is that these last 2 Democratic Party presidencies were both firsts, right? I'm getting my words twisted, but follow me. The Obama election, the first one, if I remember correctly, and if I'm not mistaken, had the largest Black voter turnout in American history. Am I lying about that? Is that true or is that not true? I could be wrong. I don't believe that I am. The Obama election, his first election, had the highest Black voter turnout, the highest in history. And with having the highest in history, right? With having that, what that turned into was him even having a filibuster-proof Senate in his first term as president of the United States, right? But then when you come to Biden, if I'm not mistaken, and you could all correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, superseded Obama. Am I correct about that? Let me know in the live chat. Am I right or am I wrong? Because I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Allegedly, we'll say, because we know everybody has their, ideas about how the election really went. I'll be quiet on that. Allegedly, Biden had a higher Black turnout than Barack Obama. And what that transpired to was another trifecta. So the 2 times we had these extraordinarily high Black voter turnouts, it resulted in not just simply a trifecta, but a filibuster-proof Senate under Obama. And under both presidencies, what did they do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Shout out. Shout out to Aaron Roberts. Wrong as usual. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you. But what did that transpire to? Absolutely nothing. It turned into nothing. They did absolutely nothing for you. They could have if they wanted to, because they had the numbers to do it, especially Obama, right? The first biracial president, half Kenyan, half white, especially Obama, if he wanted to. They chose not to because they know you're just throwing your vote away for nothing, not expecting anything in return. But let's carry on. I want to keep going, right? Because I remember growing up, right? I was born in 85, right? 1985. And I remember growing up hearing people talk about how Bill Clinton was the first black president. You remember that? Remember people used to say, oh, Bill Clinton's the first black president. Chris Tucker used to say it. People used to say it all the time. Oh, Bill Clinton's the first black president. Well, when you come back to the Wikipedia page here, and it says that this gave the Democrats an overall federal government trifecta for the first time since the 103rd Congress in 1993. I said to myself, well, that can't be the true first black president, right? Bill Clinton? Was that the true one and only indeed black president, Bill Clinton? Well, let's find out. The 103rd United States Congress was a meeting of the legislative branch of the United States federal government, composed of the United States and United States Senate and United States House of Representatives. It met in Washington, D.C. from January 3rd, 1993 to January 3rd, 1995, during the final weeks of George H.W. Bush's presidency and in the first 2 years of Bill Clinton's presidency. So in the first 2 years of the first black president's presidency, because we all know, we got to admit, got to give it up, okay? We got to give it up. True indeed. This is what everybody said when I was growing up. True indeed, Bill Clinton is the first black president. When we got our first black president in Bill Clinton, he too had a trifecta, just like Obama after him, and just like Biden after him. And what did you get from that? The 94 crime bill. I don't know what, this is getting out of control. This is crazy. This is crazy, right? This is nuts. There are 290 of you in here right now. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Please smash that like button, right? But that was what you got. After electing the first black president of the United States, and Bill Clinton, because that's what everybody said he was when I was growing up, right? After electing him and establishing a trifecta, what black Americans got was the crime bill, right? Both chambers maintain a Democratic majority. And with Bill Clinton being sworn in as the president on January 20th of 1993, this gave Democrats an overall federal government trifecta for the first time since the 96th Congress in 1979. And then I said to myself, well, okay, 1979, that's way before me. I don't know who was president during 1979. I know there's some of you who are history buffs and you're probably disappointed. Oh my God, you didn't know who's the president in 1979? No, I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. That's what Wikipedia is for. That's what Google is for, right? So I click and I say, okay, well, let's see what's going on over here. The 96th United States Congress was a meeting of the legislative branch of the United States federal government, composed of the United States Senate and the U.S. House of Representatives. It met in Washington, D.C. from January 3rd, 1979 to January 3rd, 1981, during the first 2 years of Jimmy Carter's presidency. Both chambers retain a Democratic majority, though downgraded from the supermajority status in the previous Congress. So they had a supermajority status in the previous Congress. I'm going to read that again. Both chambers remain a Democratic majority, though a downgrade from the supermajority status in the previous Congress. and with President Carter, maintain an overall federal government trifecta. So you're telling me over the course of the last however many decades, from 1979 till now, the last 4 Democratic presidents, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, the first black president, I should say. Well, I don't want to disrespect Bill Clinton now. Bill Clinton, the first black president. Barack Obama, first biracial president, half white, half Kenyan, if I'm not mistaken. And Joe Biden. And mind you, once again, record number turnout of black voters for Obama. And then Joe Biden allegedly superseded that with record number black turnout. All had trifectas and all did absolutely nothing for Black America. Why? Because they know you don't expect anything in return. They get trifectas, you get excuses. That's what you get in return. You get them in office, you give them supermajorities. You gave Barack Obama a filibuster-proof Senate. And what did he give you? If I'm not mistaken, and if I remember correctly, and once again, I could be mistaken, but I doubt that I am. But if I'm not mistaken, you gave Barack Obama a supermajority in the Senate, a filibuster-proof Senate, and what you got out of that was a Blue Lives Matter bill, if I remember correctly, right? A Blue Lives Matter bill. Let me see if I can pull that up very quickly. Can I pull that up? Let's see. Barack Obama, Blue Lives Matter. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. And I believe I have it in front of me right now. and for the record, right? To be fair, and I'll be a little bit fair to Obama. When he signed his Blue Lives Matter law into existence, he didn't have his trifecta. So I'll give him that. I'm fair. I'm a fair guy. He didn't have his trifecta. Obama signs Blue Alert, law to protect police. He didn't have that in, right? He didn't have his trifecta. So I'll give it to him at that point. I'm a fair guy. But at the same time, prior to that, the man had a filibuster-proof Senate and could have done whatever he wanted, but chose to do absolutely nothing, right? He chose to do absolutely nothing, just like every Democratic president before him and each one after him. This is how we can be sitting here after 60 years of loyalty, right? 60 years of loyalty. And what's come out of that is this, as we all know, median wealth of Black Americans will fall to 0 by 2053, warns new report. And that's after all these decades, right? All these decades that you see here of loyalty from 1964 to the present day. 94%, 85%, 87%, 85, 86, 89, 88, 82, 84, 90, 88, 95, 93, 88. That's crazy. That's insane. That is insane. And there literally is absolutely no excuse for this. But I'm pretty sure somewhere out there as we speak, there is a vote blue no matter who's punching the air right now. He's big mad that I'm presenting this to you all. And they're coming up with their excuses right now. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing and hearing the excuses, right? I'm actually looking forward to seeing and hearing the excuses. But at the same time, as I'm being a little, what's the word I'm looking for, facetious, as it pertains to those who seek to prove me wrong, in all seriousness, I'm not running out here and telling you all, hey, you just got to go vote Republican just to vote Republican. Now, you can do what you want to do. If you want to vote Trump, I'm not going to shame you for that. If you want to vote Cornel West, I'm not going to shame you for that like everybody else will. I'm not going to shame you for that. Grown man, grown woman. I'm sure you have your reasons. You can do what you want to do. I'm not going to play you like you're stupid, especially in the face of the evidence that I just brought to you. I wouldn't do that to you, right? That's what other Democrats do, but I wouldn't do that to you, right? But in the face of all that, I'm not telling you to go from voting blue no matter who to vote red no matter who. It's not what I'm saying. I'm not telling you that. What I'm trying to do is give us the information necessary to make proper decisions, especially for us to get a basic understanding of the fact that if you keep putting your trust in people who you think are your friends, the Democrats, who clearly aren't, then how could you ever expect for us as a people to get anywhere politically speaking as it pertains to using politics? How? How do you expect that to happen when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? It doesn't make logical sense. It makes no sense. But the goal is to help you understand that these people who you think are your friends are not your friends. And once you understand that to be true, now you can properly move forward as it pertains to what's the next move for Black folks? What's the next move for Black America? What do we need to be doing politically speaking? What do we need to doing as it pertains to, I forget what the word I'm looking for is, I think extra political activities, just what we need to do outside of politics. How do you move forward if you keep thinking that you have friends in these folks who are clearly not your friends? That's what I'm trying to get you all to understand. But at the same time, too, you can vote for whoever you want to vote for. I'm not going to shame you. It makes no difference to me because you're an adult. You have your own independent agency and you can do what you want. So with all that being said, that does it for today's show. I want to thank Maul B Crazy for being the first person and the lone person to contribute to today's stream. With the $2 super chat, I thank you very much, Maul B. Maul B said, "Come TD, Obama saying Al Green to us." Come on. He's saying Al Green to us. Now I feel you, but I'm still giving the title to Bill Clinton. He's the first Black president. And shout out to Untried Genius, man. Untried Genius been supporting the channel for a long, long time, man. Untried Genius said, "Folks looking like Rocky and Creed." What? VBN MH. I don't know what that's an acronym for. I'm sorry. Folks looking like Rocky and Creed with how much they punch in the air right now. Oh, vote blue no matter who is. Yeah. Vote blue no matter who is looking like Rocky and Creed right now. They punch in the air crazy, looking for excuses. They punch in the air real crazy right now, looking for them excuses, man. So, anyways, that does it for today's stream. Like I said, this was going to be a quick one. I tried to keep it within 15 minutes, 22 minutes. It's long enough. I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow, right? I got a live stream coming up tomorrow with the topic that I was actually supposed to speak on. So once again, there are 342 of you in here right now. Please hit the like button on your way out. Also, follow me on Telegram if you haven't already. The link is in the live chat below. It's in the description box below. And it is also in the comment section below. If you're watching the replay, I'll make sure to pin it right now. Thank you all for your time, and I'll catch you all on the live stream tomorrow. Peace.